Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Digital Nomad World weekly series. I'm Becky, and I'll be your host. And today we're going to be talking about co-living in Switzerland and Eastern Europe with my guest, Pele Weber. Pele, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so excited to hear more about your co-living because I haven't been to Switzerland in a really long time, and I think a lot of people think it's a very expensive place to visit. And I'm curious to see how you've created a way we can go and maybe save some money by visiting. So first of all, Philip, can you tell me a little bit about your background?
So yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. My main company, we do summer camps for kids. We teach languages, French, German, and English for juniors. We also do ski camps. So that company I just started after my studies. Um, I am from the German part in Switzerland, but and I never liked languages. It was always a bit difficult for me. I was much better in mathematics. But then when I went myself once to a language camp, I realized, wow, that is so cool to be able to speak with other people, and that changed my mind. So I went to the French part to study economics in half French, half German. And after I finished studying, I started my summer camps, and that's what I've been doing basically for the last 16 years. We also do summer camps in Serbia. We have been doing one camp in Russia, one camp in Brazil. And then after a while, we were able to buy accommodations in different places. And then we created other companies as well around that, like the ski hostel where people can come ski for a week for quite a low price. And then after a while, I found a new business partner, Stefan, and we had a lot of things in common. One thing is that we love like hitchhiking, we love backpacking, we love traveling, and so he bought in one of my places, and a third one we bought together, me and him, and a third partner bought it together. And then after a while, we came up with this idea for the co-living co-working. What I must say as well, I have a son that is like 15 years old. He's half Brazilian. So I have been a nomad for actually uh, 12 years, but unfortunately not a connected one because I didn't know about it before. No, that was before the pandemic that my son was living with my ex-wife in Brasilia because she works there for the government. So for 10 years, I was going 2 months Brazil, 1 month Switzerland, 2 months Brazil, coming and going back. But unfortunately, the nomad community didn't, the nomad world didn't exist that well yet. So once I heard about it and knew about it, I was like, wow, that's so amazing. And Brazil is actually an amazing place to work and stay there. So that's one of my focus for the next years as well, that I would like with the Coliving.frilingue also start in Brazil, some co-living spaces.
Wow, what a journey you've had. And like you said, you were a nomad and you didn't really realize it, but now you've got this partner and you've got co-livings that have been opened. And so are you finding a lot of nomads are coming to these co-livings? And how many people generally what is the capacity for the different co-livings that you have in general?
Yeah, we have actually we just started recently, like in the pandemic we already started, but we had wasn't our main focus, so we had every now and then a nomad that came. And now one place we really changed to become only a nomad place. It's quite a small hotel with 24 beds. So in January, we kind of had our kickstart where we did this workation, and there we had 35 nomads from different countries, and they loved it. They came to Switzerland and said like, wow, they never would have thought that it would be possible to come to Switzerland. Our problem was for the last 20 years that we have such a high exchange rate, strong currency now. So it's a beautiful country. Let me quickly show you. That is our place
Oh
in
my
the eastern
goodness.
part of Switzerland. So you can see the terrace here. It's
Wow.
very beautiful Switzerland, and we have so much to offer, but people don't want to come anymore unless they're super rich, like St. Moritz, Zermatt, Verbier, the very posh places, they are still full. But everything that is second league, third league, was struggling for the last years to survive as a hotel or whatever, because the Germans don't come anymore. That were our main guests. We had a lot of Americans in the 80s, 90s, when the dollar was very strong. So Americans loved Switzerland and came en masse. But now, recently, it was a huge problem for tourism. So that was actually also the reason why we even could buy these places. Like they were very, very low priced actually, and that. But for I had the means to bring kids and bring people with my summer camps, to places where normally not too many tourists go anymore. Yeah. So with the vacation in January, that was kind of the kickstart. And then in this place there, it's in the other part of Switzerland. And then our second place, which we changed to become a nomad place only, then from January till March was always full during the winter season. Now we close it at the moment because now we have three spaces there. Actually, the nomads were so excited about the place. What do you need to say as well? We have the cheapest ski pass in the world, which costs only 85 euros for the whole season, and it's 3 ski areas. So it's really cool. You go skiing and you never feel like having a stress like, oh shit, I paid so much for the pass, so I need to go more or so. That's what you normally have in skiing, no? So many people were so excited that we started to uh, buy another property there. Yeah.
Oh,
And
so
that is
sorry.
together with
Which town
15,
is that
15
in?
that is in Lied pour Saint-Pierre. Yeah.
Okay. This is
That is
the, so
in the
we had a
western part of
previous
Switzerland.
guest. Yes,
Sorry.
we had a previous guest, Camille Poiret. She introduced me to
Yeah,
you, and that is
exactly.
the co-living we were talking about, and it's called Swiss Alps, or a nickname of it was Swiss
Exactly.
Alps.
That's our newest project. Yeah, exactly. Where we are like 15 people and we co-invest. And that's also what we would like to do in the future a bit, to buy different places together and create this network. Yeah.
It's incredible. How is it possible to
That's
get an
quickly.
85
Sorry.
euro ski pass?
Hi, quickly. Sorry,
Oh,
my colleagues are just
no
talking in the,
problem.
yeah.
How is it possible to get an 85 euro ski pass? That's incredible.
Yeah, that's also one of the reasons like this region doesn't work very well anymore. So they thought about what could they do, and that is a way to attract people to come to the ski area. Yeah.
Is that for
Actually,
three
we are
months?
just
The
that's for
this
actually that's for the whole year, but you can only ski for 4 months. Yeah. But just
Wow.
next to us is the third biggest ski area of the world, Verbier Valle, which is 20 minutes by car to go there. And there is one day is 95 euros. So yeah.
Wow, that's what a contrast. Oh, so okay. I'm wondering if you come to this co-living, how do you need to have your own car to get there and to, is it best to bring your
No,
own
we
car?
like actually we have the buses included in this pass as well, but they're not very regularly. Like normally in Switzerland, we have very regularly, like wherever you want to go, we have every half an hour, 1 hour train. But there it's like we have like maybe 10 buses a day or 12, something like that. So sometimes you need to wait 2 hours. But we have a lot of different company cars and we share cars kind of. At the moment, we just offer that. In the future, we need to think about yeah, how we do that. But yeah, we're still in uh, trying out what works well. For example, the community kitchen is something we really love and think it's a great idea. On the other hand, it's not that easy to handle. So we're playing and trying and seeing how we can optimize these things. Yeah.
Yeah, you said there's 24 rooms at that place.
At that place, there is 24 beds. and
Beds.
then
Okay.
and then in the next village, we have the camp place where we have 40 beds, but more in 4 bed, 6 bed, 8 bedrooms. And the new place, which we're buying with the collective, there we have 24 beds or 26 beds in 14 different rooms. So
Wow.
yeah, the price was very low, and we made a business plan and showed it to the people that were there. and people were like, wow, that's so cool. And it is in a very good state. All the bathrooms, which is one of the most expensive things to refurbish, they are all new. And yeah, so we are looking where we're going to with this journey. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you received all of the investment that you needed for that place and you could go
Not
ahead
yet.
now?
No, not yet. We're still in the process, but probably next week we're going to sign contracts. And then we need to send over all the money, and we need to collect it also from the different people that are investing in it. But that's really our idea. Then in the future, when someone says, "Hey, I know a cool place in Italy," or I know a cool place in Albania," then we try to gather members and ask who wants to invest, and we make a scheme and something, and then we buy a next place and then a next place, and who has money and is interested can invest, and then we create this network that we would then probably also travel often between our own places now. And maybe I might have in Albania 2% of the place, but I still can go there and say like, wow, it's a bit my place as well. I can give a feedback, I can help a bit and whatever. So uh, that is our vision for the future. Let's see if it will happen like this. Yeah.
That'd be amazing. So if I invested in the Switzerland, the one in Lead, would I, for example, just depending on what I invest, I can stay a longer amount of time? Is that how it works?
What we do at the moment is that we get a lower price for ourselves when we stay there, and then we create these different groups of like a marketing department, HR department, branding department, refurbishing department. So people can join these different working groups. And for being part of the group and investing time for the meeting, you get a certain number of points. And with these points, you can then afterwards stay as well. But as well, what you can do if you don't want to stay, you can actually kind of sell it to your friends, and the money goes then to yourself. So it's a bit kind of a Tupperware party system, or like. So, but yeah, the idea is to create something that people have an interest to bring people, but people have an interest to stay there and invest their time. And yeah, we need to still optimize a lot. We started, and it's not that easy to work together with so many people. We're around
Mm.
15 people. And as well, especially via Zoom, is then it's not always that easy, but yeah, it takes time, and but it's fun as well, and we see where we go to like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the future could feel very bright with this kind of setup once you get it going.
Yeah, and I mean as well for me, the main motivation is like having in many different places in the world a place where I find like-minded people that yeah, that love the outdoors. That's a bit our um topic as well. No, like one woman asked me on the Nomad on the workation that we did in January. She said like, why are so many? All of the people are so cool. How did you choose them? I said like, we didn't choose anyone. It's just people that normally people that love outdoors and that love hiking and skiing and ski mountaineering and all these things. They're normally very, very cool people and very modest and nice people. So yeah, for me, it's great to have then in the future to know like I can go to these different places and meet cool people, and probably as well what we learned now that for the nomads, it's important that you not always meet new people all the time, that also you kind of create a network that you meet here and there again. So that's a cool thing about that, then that our network as well, that it would be kind of a smaller network, not like 25 million or 30 million people, but similar people that you meet again here and there. No, yeah,
Yeah, I like that they already have this like-minded attention towards the outdoors, and then they can meet new people, they can see the same people, and I think it's great if you're a nomad to tap into this. It sounds like a really nice opportunity.
absolutely. And as well, like it's a good way to invest your money as well, because kind of yeah, you're investing your money in your own thing. You're investing your money in a thing that is a huge future, no, because of, as we everyone knows that is in the nomad scene, we know that it's a growing business. And I was in Madeira in November, and we went hiking, and I talked a lot with people that came, and nowadays more and more people as well are just part-time nomads. Know that they say like, hey, I was thinking about going to holiday this year, but then I decided, no, I don't go to holiday. I go just 2 months to Madeira instead of going to a holiday, and then I work and have my holidays during these 2 months now. And that is something that has also huge potential that more and more people will do that way, and that was always something that's funny, like that it was always my main motivation in my businesses was bringing people together. Like, why did I want to do the summer camps? Because I felt like, man, it's such a pity TV. I stopped watching TV because I felt like it's such a pity. TV is something where people, which divides people now. Like, instead of having fun together, enjoying together, we have more and more things nowadays which separates us. But then in the end, but for many people, obviously not for everyone, but for many people that are a bit outgoing, that are a bit extroverts, what I like most is meeting people and having fun with people now. And that is what I did with the summer camps, bring kids together, having a great time, having the best time of their life even. That's what they often say. And yeah, now with the Nomad places, it's a similar idea, and I guess it's an idea many of the nomads agree with. Yeah.
Yeah, I can really see that. And I'm sure with your background in planning for the language camps, you've probably it's easy to come up with events or planning for when the nomads get together at the co-living. What kind of events have you had so far getting these
What
nomads together?
event?
Yeah, do you do anything like together at night in the co-living? Because I know the skiing is probably happening during the day. Are there board games, for example, or anything planned or announced that
What
people
we
can join?
do, yeah, we do a bit of tourism as well then when we're there. So the thermal bath is one of our classics that everybody loves. In the one place there is a lot of natural thermal baths.
Yeah.
Um, Aosta is cool. Like, our place in Western Switzerland is very close to Italy. So in 1 hour we are in Aosta. So we go there, feel a bit the Italian vibe, have a pizza, have a prosecco. Uh, then what we also always do is the fondue evening. That's the typical Swiss thing. The campfire is something we love to do, is when we just create a campfire and then we have mulled wine and drink outside, and it's -5 degrees, but everybody stays outside. And yeah, that's also one of our classics. Night skiing is also something that people always like, because it's not a thing not everybody has done before. So yeah, that are kind of the main things we normally do. Yeah. But then, as you
That
know,
sounds
the nomads are very curious, and so they like to go to the local parties. They like to go to we had the carnival in Sion, and they enjoyed a lot. So they're very curious and very playful. And one really cool thing that people did was like building an igloo. It was a huge project in the vacation, which was very. I loved to observe it. How I didn't have much time to really help, but I love to see. And yeah, it's so cool. It's really what I admire about these people. Yeah, it's not always about money and about um what you own and whatever. It's about enjoying yourself and becoming a child again. And that's what I really where I really, when I first had proper contact with proper nomads, and not only, as I said, I was a not connected nomad for a long time, unfortunately. Yeah, but when I started to go to the Nomad Fest in Bansko or to the different places like this, I was like, man, these people are so cool, and that's exactly the people I'm looking for and I want to have fun with. Yeah.
That sounds amazing. I'm sold. I have to visit your place in the future. If I came in as just someone like a friend of someone who's invested, or just I found your website, how much would it cost for someone not buying, let's say not buying from a friend, just coming in and wanting to stay there?
Like, the just accommodation at the moment is 1,200 for the double room per month, like in
Okay.
all our places. Although in the place here that I just showed you, we are a bit cheaper because we have a lot of single rooms and double rooms. So yeah, here we're around 800, 900, 800 for the room without shower, 900 for the single room with shower, and also 1,200 for the double room. Yeah.
Wow.
But you can
How
also
to
invest.
market.
You don't have to be outside. That's the idea of our new collective movement, that people stay with us and then afterwards they say like, hey, cool idea, I want to invest and let's create something there and then create something there. And then we also would do this prize then in every place for people that have invested in our future co-livings. Yeah.
Sounds wonderful. I am curious about the food situation. I know you mentioned a collective kitchen and there's some things you're working out there. Do you normally like drive together in one of the buses to like a supermarket? Is there a supermarket nearby?
Mhm.
Or is
It
it
depends a bit of the
expensive?
place. Yeah, it's a bit expensive, Switzerland, unfortunately. Although uh, in in the shops, it's not that much more expensive, like maybe double as in but the restaurants are much more expensive, especially the wine. That's a bit of pity in Switzerland. The bottle of wine is in a restaurant is very expensive. That's where they earn money, the restaurants. So yeah, people normally don't go out too often. They do community kitchen. They cook themselves, which is very cool as well. No, very nice. But yeah, we are in some places we have shops in the village. In some places we regularly order online and the things are brought to us. Yeah. And
Oh,
then
they have
people
like
maybe want
Uber
to order
Eats
this.
equivalent.
Sorry?
They have like an Uber Eats equivalent in some of these
Yeah, no, it's
places.
rather the big shopping market, the big grocery stores have apps
Okay.
that you can say, I want this and this and this and this, and then you order and it comes the next day. And then if you want to, 1 week later, you want the same thing again, you just push the button again. Yeah. That's, I think you can have that in many places nowadays, no? I'm
Right.
like,
Yeah, I wasn't sure in a smaller Swiss, like a ski town, that this would be available, but I'm
yeah,
glad to
yeah,
hear that.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. That is cool in Switzerland as well. The infrastructure is top in Switzerland, like 5G in every last corner, super internet everywhere. The trains are super good everywhere, like the connections. And yeah, all these infrastructure things in Switzerland, there we're very spoiled in general.
That's
Yeah.
great. I did want to ask you, when I went to your website, I saw that there are locations in Montenegro and Bulgaria. Are those also, is that a co-living? Can you clarify what those places are?
Yeah, in Montenegro, it's a co-living. Like my business partner Stefan, he is just refurbishing it. He was there now for 2 or 3 weeks, and after the strategic meeting, he goes back there again and continues. But it's a smaller place. It's a place with 5 bedroom and one living room, co-working space. But who knows in the future? I love the place because I love hiking. And I actually wanted to involve some of my colleagues from Serbia that work with me. I wanted to offer them that they could buy in there and to create a company. Somehow in the end, it didn't work out. But I like the place so much and I go regularly there. So then we bought that place and we actually wanted to do summer camps before there. But then now we said like, no, why? Let's do a co-living space, and then in Bansko we just have an apartment in a hotel complex. So that is not a proper co-living space, but there we then normally tell people connect with co-working Bansko. And for us, it's the idea that we can go there. We didn't have time yet, but since we were there last year, but to go there and be part of the Bansko community a bit as well. That was the idea buying that place there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying that. That sounds really, really cool. I did want to ask you because you mentioned, so you're looking towards Brazil in the future as a possible place. Like, which areas are you looking at? What areas are your favorite in Brazil for possible co-living?
Do you know Brazil? Have you been to Brazil?
I've been once. I started in Manaus and then I ended as far south as Ilha Grande. So I didn't get to Sao Paulo, but yeah, just going down the coast.
Yeah, Ilha Grande is amazing. I love it. Yeah, been several times, many times there, and walked around the whole island as well. But it's a bit a disadvantage, the island. It's not easy. It's not easy to buy property there. So I lost my heart in Parachi, which is very close to Ilha Grande, which is a colonial town, and yeah, I just love the place. Very nice hiking, beautiful waterfalls. There is some surfing. There is really, really cool restaurants. A lot of Europeans have restaurants there. In a cool Italian restaurant, a cool Thai restaurant is there. And I would love to start something there. But yeah, I'm in contact with some Brazilians that are also nomads and that are interested. And we will see, yeah, where we would really then start our first Coliving in Brazil.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. A lot of people think just of the beaches in Brazil, but there is amazing hiking. I went to the Chapada de Diamantina region
Nice.
near
Yeah.
Salvador. I don't know if you've been there, but that was like I was so
Montenegro as well,
surprised at
yeah.
the variety of things they had. Yeah, and
Yeah, yeah,
including
it's amazing.
these thermal baths or like at least cold pools in these little rocks that everybody was hanging out in. So to have something near there would be amazing.
Yeah, no, Brazil is so cool, and I was always a bit sad that not more travelers come and visit us. I was in in 2000. I was traveling 3 months in Thailand, and I loved it. And then I went back in 2015 for business to China to bring students, and then I went to Thailand, and I was like shocked how overcrowded it is, and how many people there are, and it doesn't have the same feeling anymore as 20 years ago. And it was always like, wow, why people don't come to Brazil? It would have so much to offer, and it's such an amazing culture. Brazilians are so open, so nice to foreigners, actually. And but the problem is that people are scared. Not the French. The French are the ones that love to come to Brazil. But many Brazilians people are scared. I remember when my mother came the first time when my son was born. She went to a friend's place in Zurich that has a travel agency, and she said she wants to buy a ticket for Brazil. And the guy said, "What, Brazil? That's war." And she was like, "What? Come on." And yeah, that's a bit what people fear, but it's Rio and Sao Paulo are dangerous, or Salvador, but I never had anything happening. Like, you need to be more prudent, obviously, but if you go to the countryside, it is really much more secure, and there is so many things, so amazing things, so amazing people, good food. It's such a nice place to go to. And um the one thing that doesn't work very well, unfortunately, is the internet. But especially in the hotels, it doesn't work well. Like, if you're in an Airbnb, or if we would have a co-living space sooner or later, it is possible to go do good internet, not amazing internet, but good internet is possible. But yeah, in the hotels, they somehow don't manage to organize it well that it works. So that's always a bit the problem in Brazil. Yeah.
Well, I have to encourage you. You've done so well in Switzerland. Keep going. This sounds amazing in Brazil. And hopefully in the future, we'll have more opportunities. I'm wondering if people want to invest or if they want to learn more about your co-working space, your co-living and co-working, where can they go?
They can just send us a message, either an email or on our chat that we have on the website, and get in contact with us. Yeah.
What is your website? Just for people who
Uh,
are, we're going to put it in
Coliving
the
dot,
notes.
yeah, Coliving.frilingue. That's FRILINGUE.ch.
Okay. And do you have an Instagram as well, or where should people
Yeah,
follow
the
you?
same. Yeah, that
The
is
same.
the same. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for taking us on this journey with you today, Philip, and showing us the amazing scenery. I can't believe there's a place in Switzerland that is that
I'll show you
affordable with so many things going on. But yes, show us again.
again. Yeah. No, thank you
Oh,
very much for interviewing me, and for giving us this opportunity. Yeah. Thank you very much, Becky.
yes, thank you. And for all of you watching, hope you get to go and see this place in person.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.